stop. Once somebody builds on that, then they will have to take and build that ADA ramp, the access, and then the continuation across their property. And then it'll stop again.
So Brad, I would like to put, on this next agenda, I would like to put you're referring to it, the pork chop on there. I mean, I have my own concerns about that, so I'd like to put it on the next item.
Yeah, I mean, is it gonna change? No, it won't change. It won't change. This is the reason why. If it's approved by NDOT, it has to be unapproved by NDOT. We can't just, when you have an access to NDOT, they have to approve it. Same thing with Mr. Herndon. If you read in my finding of facts, I made the comment there about the ingress egress coming off of US 93. The White Pine County doesn't have any say in that.
Yeah, that's all the state of Nevada.
Right, they will have the say so on that. So when this was done, that was their proposal. That's why they changed things around the railroad and manipulated the property and stuff like that to get a turn lane. That wasn't by design from the city or from the people that own the establishment. That was from NDOT. NDOT dictated that.
So
That triangle is basically completely out of our purview to do any action.
You'd have to take that back in front of the state of Nevada. Then they would have to approve that, and I doubt they would. I think, I mean, you can do that. Not on this level, you'd have to take it to the city council and have them approach that, but I really don't know, I don't know why they would change it.
Well, I mean, it is a really poor design.
It's,
They-
yeah, I will agree with you on that.
And I think
Yeah.
just because the state approved it, I mean, who knows, maybe that engineer was trying to be done for the weekend or whatever, but I
Well-
really do think it needs to take a second look, because those engineers aren't the ones driving it in the communities, you know.
Well,
It makes me nervous a little bit.
kind of the story behind it was, that was originally gonna be a one-way street. And there were some issues with the business owners at the other end. How are we gonna get vehicles down in here? Because you built this hotel, now you're gonna prevent us from doing business? So that was the solution, was doing it this way. Putting that in so it didn't, because if you look right across the street from that, you have that island where the railroad's at.
Yeah.
So that's to force people to turn this way, and if you're coming this way, to turn this way. That's to force them to do that, so that you don't get people trying to cross.
So I guess
Over.
I would kind of say then we need to reevaluate the one-way thing again and look at it. I mean, just because one business doesn't, yeah, I just, there's a concern, I think it needs to be brought up, we just need to take.
Oh, yeah, it does. I'm just trying to give you some of,
Yeah.
some of the logistics and
No,
stuff behind it.
absolutely.
So-
It's not a city issue
Right.
Yeah.
as much as it
But I
is
think
an
still
NDOT
though,
issue.
it should be brought up I think it should be brought up as an agenda item for discussion only. I mean, obviously we can't act on it right now, but I think this is a discussion item only, that something I know we're probably falling on deaf ears, but I mean, I would say write a letter from the planning board to the state of Nevada saying, this is something we're not agreeing with, I don't.
So,
I think we need to put this on as
I
an
think so.
item,
yeah,
because this is
and
only
that
public
needs to
Yeah,
be
'cause
an
we're
action
discussing it
item,
right now.
possible
Yeah.
action item. It needs to be a possible action item, so that if we do decide to write a letter, it's on the agenda,
Yeah.
properly, so we can do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Because you can always
all
write.
right, so let's put it down as a
act on it if you
possible
want.
action item agenda for next meeting, and we can discuss this more legally.
Now, remember, when you do something like that, there's two entities you have to please. One is gonna be the city, and the other one's three. The business owner, the city, and NDOT.
Is it just one business owner?
Well, no,
Not
there's
really.
two.
Or,
There's
There's
three
at least
technically.
three involved.
Yeah.
Four.
Let's discuss
I mean, maybe
this,
just,
so that everything we can do is next on the agenda item. That's what my recommendation is.
Right.
Let's don't go into this right now. Let's get it where it's on the agenda item, and then everything we're talking about actually counts.
Okay,
Right.
we'll
I think so.
put this up as an agenda item for full discussion.
I'll just see if I can drive my car through that.
So if this stuff's brought up again, hopefully if this stuff's brought up again about the Curaleaf, you'll put a gavel to it. That you've been answered on that.
Thank you.
On what happened there.
Yeah.
We've had the city engineer over there who did the surveying on that property, and it is the way that it's supposed to be.
Okay, thank you, Brad.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank Okay, anything else? I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
So you
Do
need
you
a
have a
second?
second?
I'll go ahead and second that.
Okay, we have a motion from Carol and a second from Leah to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor, say aye.
I,
Opposed? Meeting is adjourned.
prescription.
Mr. Chair.
I know how that is.
This has been a Georgetown production. George Chatchis reporting.